If you want to, you do whatever you want to do. I'm doing me.
All right. It's happy hour at the Banter Bar. So let's get into it.
I already know I make good decisions this time around.
All right.
I know you don't like my hair, but I like it.
I didn't say I didn't like your hair.
I sat down, you already making jokes about Little Orphan Andy.
Well,
it's been a long week. This is my Friday night look, all right? I'm trying to look good.
Trying to look good for
myself, motherfucker.
Okay.
That's all I'm worried about, all right?
All right.
Anyway, you picked a nice beer lineup. I'm going to give you that.
All right.
Where you want to start?
Well,
it's a Bock on either side. Just make up your
name. We'll start right here. You want to pour or you want me to read? Do you want to pour or do you want to read?
The way you acting, I feel like you don't even think I can read. Just let me have this. Oh, I'm supposed to let you know what this is. This community's Texas style Bock. It's 6% by volume. It's amber lager.
Well, it's just a Bock. Just your normal Bock comparison to Shiner Bock, Ziegenbock, things like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Community brewery, which means,
community.
A little bit of, it's Bock.
Okay.
It ain't brown. It ain't amber. It's a little lighter than amber, right?
Yeah. So our question is, what's a fetish you couldn't handle your partner having?
That's a serious question right there.
That's a serious question.
I'm going to go on and lay this out because I can't see it when you do what you do.
And I'm... So, a Bock.
Smells like pennies. But I like that.
I don't actually get much of a smell off of this one. Very caramel flavored.
Go on, preach. You saying it?
I thought you was fixing to step in.
No. You got it.
Very caramelly, but light at the same time. Not as much bite there as like a Shiner Bock would have, to me. Shiner Bock kind of has like Barg's root beer type bite.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that.
Grains ain't nearly as heavy here for sure.
It's very light.
It's beautiful grains and that metallic type taste that I like in these.
This one's just a darker Pilsner than anything.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving it. Yes, I am.
It's good.
All American, huh?
I'm a little disappointed. There's nothing standoutish about it. But it's good. It's a 6.
I'm impressed with it because it strikes this nice balance between some European flair and a little bit of the American.
Okay.
I like the Bock quality. At the same time, it does lean more in like some of that hop, or not hop, what do you call it? The metallic grains like you would get from a porter. I really like that. I'm really about that. I don't want to go overboard though. I think you might be right. It might be kind of hard to differentiate between this and some of the others.
Yeah.
Toby.
So what's a fetish you couldn't handle your partner having?
Well, I ain't rated yet, but that's all right.
Oh, my bad.
You know what? Fuck it. I feel like I could drink that, not tired of flavor all night. I'm going to give it 8.
An 8?
An 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. I'll still stick with a 6.
Hard to go wrong with certain ambers,
Yeah.
So a fetish. So do you know your answer for that?
Maybe. I think I do. You want me to go ahead and answer?
Yeah, go on and do that.
Probably pegging.
See, I could be about that.
I don't think I want to. I don't think I want her to throw a strap on and.
You underestimate
all
your
up
little
behind
button in
me.
there, homie. That's all I'm saying. If you don't know, you don't know.
I just, yeah.
But that's all right. Not all of us experience our bodies in every way.
Well, I might have one that's probably worse than that, and it's where you have to sit over the corner and watch them be done by somebody else.
Oh, okay. So cuckold, you don't want that.
I don't think I can do that either. That would be, yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, I like some freaky deaky shit. But the thing that never made sense to me, the voyeurism. I don't need to do it in no public places. You know, I don't need to do it with no danger of getting caught or in prison and none of that. I don't need that. That's for some of the rest of y'all freaks. And I don't even know what y'all getting out of it because it ain't your partner that you're worried about. You're worried about some strangers you don't even fucking know. So they ain't got shit to do with what the other person doing for you. That's anyway. What's up?
Okay.
Next is Abita.
So
that's another Bock, man.
Abita Mardi Gras Bock. Okay. I did not realize that was the Mardi Gras Bock. I'm pretty sure we've had a Mardi Gras in the past.
This one is 6.5% alcohol by volume. Comes from Abita Springs, Louisiana. Abita was one of the first breweries I remember liking something. It was like a fruit
Purple
flavor.
Haze.
It wasn't Purple Haze. It was pre that. I just
ain't that they do make that though, right?
I'm pretty sure they make that. Or Potion number 9, or maybe that's the same. I don't know. It's been too long. We've had way too much beer. I want to say it was a raspberry something. Okay. I think what's big now for them is their strawberry, because for some reason strawberries is real big right now. Anyway, what's our question?
So, in your experience, what's the biggest difference between men and women?
I'm going hard tonight.
This one has more of a smell. A glass of iced tea is coming off on this one on smell.
Yeah, it's got German pearl hops in it. That might be why. Okay. So similar to German Maibox. Rich malt flavor and full body is what it's supposed to have. So we'll see about that. It does smell like something I might have at Oktoberfest for sure.
Way more kick than the community. Right off the bat. Has a little bit of that jaw bite.
And complexity maybe. I feel like the community kicked me in a way that I liked.
Okay.
This one doesn't really feel like it's kicking me that much. It's still good. Mm-hmm. It's not punching me.
You don't taste more of a hoppy IPA flavor come out in this?
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Underneath it. It's also more malty. You know, and I'm not really mad at either one of those things. It's just the complexity. People talk about this with music too. Like when a song is overly complex and don't really get to appreciate the little bits, you know, that make it up. Same sort of thing, right? Like I feel like a lot of the instruments trying to play the same thing in this beer.
Okay. I don't know. There's more flavor to that than there is in the community one, to me. If I had to pick one of these two off the shelf, I would pick the Mardi Gras. I'll go with a 6 on this.
I'm going to agree with the 6. I think it's good. I really do think it's good. I would agree. There's more happening.
Yeah.
You know, I can't deny that. But it's not as concise and perfected, I feel, as like the community was for me.
Huh.
But,
okay. So in your experience, what's the biggest difference between men and women?
My experience is it's not necessarily the reality, right? That should be said up front. My experience, you know, it's a small sample size of what's going on in the general public. But my experience, I feel like it's a lot sexual. Not necessarily desires, but motivations.
Okay.
That's my thinking there. Like, a woman might like to cuddle to get in the mood for sex.
Mm-hmm.
Men might like to have sex to be in the mood to cuddle. You know, because they can't get their mind off one thing before they have the other thing. Whereas women, as much as they talk, people talk shit about, you know, their emotions in check. I think men have more trouble keeping their emotions in check because we're like so single-minded.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get past it. I think we're kind of some people, you know, and that's the thing. It's not even men and women. It's like most men that I know, they want to spread the seed more so than women are trying to have seed from various locations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, women more like penguins.
Mm-hmm.
Men more like horny ass gorillas that lead harems. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You went very deep with that.
What you about to say?
I was just gonna say the genitalia.
I mean, it is different. It looks like the inverse until you get to the nutsack, and then I have no idea what nature was thinking there. You know what would really turn somebody on? 2 hanging nuts right here.
But no, you did a well explanation. Emotions are very different depending on the situation. Men are very. I agree with the part you said about men being, in a way, more emotional, even though people claim that women are. I kind of see that. It's expressed differently. Men tend to seem to go to the anger side of things, where women seem to go more towards the cry it out, maybe, type stage.
Yeah.
Where they're both emotions, but the anger emotion doesn't get looked at on the men's side as much as the female side.
Yeah, these are generalized statements to begin with. You know, men, women. I don't think anything applies as a general or as a rule that you can stick by. But yeah, like most men commit most murders. You know, they'll kill you. Like, they'll take your life away. They're
men are more violent, emotional.
Yeah, they have them outbursts and can't control themselves and shit. And that's far less likely to happen with women.
Yeah. So.
Anyway.
So you want to move on to the Elite 8 Light Lager?
Horny Killers. Yeah.
The one that is.
Go on and say.
Troy Aikman Dallas Cowboy beer.
Yep. So it's a light lager. It's only 4%. Poured a little heavy, but that's all right.
So our question is, if we have to live with a death penalty, what's the ideal way to put someone to death? Not much here. It's very, as it says, light.
I'm already drinking it. I couldn't even smell anything, so I went to drink.
There's no smell here. It's a Pilsner. It's a light Pilsner. It's just your simple beer. I think what Elite 8 is trying to do with their beers is have as few ingredients as possible. Mm-hmm. It's 4%, 90 calories, so very light on calories. Isn't that comparable to like MGD, or not MGD, Michelob Ultras and stuff like that?
I think so.
90 calories.
And I'm over here just thinking that a Guinness has 120 calories. Ain't that crazy?
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad for a dark beer like that.
Seems milky, but it ain't. It's just that, you know, they put the nitrogen bubbles in there, make it feel real smooth. So the thing about this is it pick up a little bit of like not Not on your fingers, because sometimes the penny smell on your fingers be way too prominent. But like if pennies had been sitting on a surface somewhere and you just happen to smell that after the fact, very light.
Is that what they made your hair out of? A bunch of pennies?
Boy, you big off my hair.
Okay, my bad.
And not even start with me tonight. You don't want it. I'm trying to drink your beer. It's good. It's malty.
Very light. Very good for a summer day, you know. As long as you're well hydrated. It's just a beer.
Yeah.
But it's one of the better light beers I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. There's not a real offensive aftertaste coming off of this. It's malty. It does have a medium light body, so there's definitely something there. It feels good to drink. It's not offensive in any way. It's pretty refreshing feeling. I really like this one. Even it's basic, but I like that it's basic to the point that you throw it up there with like a Lone Star or something like that, a PBR. Yeah. Right? I might actually like this one better than those. I would go... Shit, let me try. It sounds kind of silly, but I'm going to say a 7 on that.
I was thinking the exact same thing for that. It's a 7. Yeah. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing, that stands out, but it's a good light lager. Or good, lager.
And real easy to drink, too.
Yeah.
If somebody don't want that bitter beer taste or whatnot, just give them this.
Yeah. So if we have to live with the death penalty, what's the ideal way to put someone to death?
Personally, I think as quickly as you can. Okay. So probably just shoot them in the head or wherever you shoot somebody to make it quick. ASAP. I don't actually know what kills somebody the fastest.
Yeah.
Most pain-free, quickest way that you can think of. That's what I'd go for. And I know it's a lot of people that go wanting to see people suffer.
Right.
Y'all in there for the wrong reasons.
I think I'm okay with lethal injection. I'm not sure, but I think it just kind of puts you to sleep and you never know anything.
If they get it right.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
The same could be said of shooting someone in the head, though.
Yeah.
They might not die.
Yeah. What if you just become paralyzed or something? So I guess I'm okay with what we have right now of the lethal injection where it puts you to sleep and then you never just wake up.
Oh, I got the ideal answer.
Okay.
The ideal way to put someone to death is just to put their ass in jail along with everybody else. Wait on them to die.
Old age.
That is a death penalty, technically.
Yeah, you're locked up away from society. That's true. I mean,
that's mine.
You don't get to live in society anymore until you're dead. I mean, well, okay.
I don't really believe in the death penalty, personally.
Okay.
And that's primarily because we all stand to face it innocently.
Yeah.
There's people that die almost every year that have been proven innocent later down the line. I don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be my kids or anyone I know or love or a stranger.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to something more happy. Let's move on to more beer.
Let's do. 817 Blonde from Revolver. This is a blonde brewed with grace and southern charm. Okay. Ain't you just sweet, Granbury, Texas. 5.5%. Respectable for a blonde. Not a whole lot of carbonation, but enough to get you by. It smells like a good ale.
Our question is cold tea or hot tea?
Four X malts, 2X hops. And then they talk about Trinity Aquifer water and Cowtown character. Okay. How you gonna be in Granbury talking about Cowtown?
Well,
you a ways away. Like an hour and a half, if I'm not mistaken. Hours, something like that.
The hops do stand out more than the malt.
Which is funny because the malts should be double It's almost sour.
Really?
My palate might just be fucked up tonight. I'm getting something close to SpaghettiOs here.
I don't have that. I don't have that at all.
Meatballs?
No.
Or Frank's?
None.
Neither one? You just like plain ass SpaghettiOs? You put some Parmesan cheese in there or what?
I don't really eat SpaghettiOs.
Oh, okay. I'm barking up the wrong tree then.
I don't get SpaghettiOs out of this. I don't know. I don't have much to compare it to. But it's just again, another Pilsner or blonde ale.
My problem is the flavor in this is struggling to come through. It does. It's so light when it does come through, but the beer is not light.
Yeah. It's not water, but it's not flavorful.
Yep. Best taste of this is in the aftertaste when you stop drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really want that. You want to be able to taste the beer while you're drinking it, not just after the fact. Maybe that's what blonde drinkers like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know too. Is Granberry 817?
I think.
Really?
I think they are still. Yeah.
Damn. Texas is too big. Say 5.
Yeah. If it's around, I could drink it. I don't know. I'd buy myself a 6-pack. I'd say 5. It's decent.
Yeah.
If it's given to me, I'll drink it.
Nothing really wrong with it.
Yeah.
I can't say it's forgettable. I taste it and be like, oh, I got it on the aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's that Granberry beer. That's bad because Revolver
has good beer out
They
there.
make some excellent beers.
Yeah.
Speaking
so
of, my bad. We ain't there yet. My bad. I'm jumping the gun. I'm excited, y'all. Cold tea, man.
Cold tea. I agree.
Who are these hot tea people?
Don't know.
Who hurt you?
Now, I will admit, I'm gonna be cold tea all the way, but I will drink hot tea.
Oh yeah.
So, forgive me, but Starbucks has a drink called Medicine Ball that has
This is Starbucks, you say?
Starbucks.
You can get a medicine ball?
And it's called Medicine Ball. Go in and order a medicine ball. It's one of their secret menu items.
Okay.
And it's lemonade, a deal of peach tea. When they give it to you, it's got the tea bag still in it.
Okay.
So it's sitting there. And a deal of mint tea.
Mm.
And it's Teavana. I can't remember if it's a jasmine mint or just plain mint.
You know what I want?
These are in this lemonade, and it's hot.
Okay.
But
clear out your sinuses.
Man, that's real. That's the only hot tea I've ever been able to drink. I've tried to do the hot tea thing, the chamomile thing, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Cold tea. But that is the one hot tea drink.
For some reason,
you should try.
I never thought about mint in tea, but I want to try it now. I would still want mint cold because that's just what plays for me. But the hot tea that I liked, even though I would still make it cold, I could see having it hot. Pine needle tea.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a cold tea person like a motherfucker. Unless I'm out freezing in the woods, you gonna get that shit to me cold. Take your ass home.
Yeah, cold sweet tea, by the way, not just for me, at least, is I don't want unsweet tea, just plain unsweet tea. I can drink it, but I prefer it to be a little bit sweet. Now, I don't want Chicken Express sweet tea. I used to, but now I got to cut that half and half type. Half sweet, half unsweet, and mix it up real good.
I remember being a kid. You take a big old swig out the cold water jug. Take a swig out the sweet tea jug.
Yeah. But
I would never just take swigs out the sweet tea jug. I had to mix it with the water. I don't know what it was.
Huh.
But I drank tea day in and day out, so
Excuse
it's
me.
not out the jugs. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm always ready.
This thing here. Question for you. This is Yuengling's Black and Tan. And I'll tell you about it in just a second. Maybe a little bit more than a second. So this thing is a porter mixed with their premium beer. And I know you tell me somewhere. I know you do. Maybe you don't. Yuengling. Oh, there it is. Hitting 4.6% ABV. Now, sometimes when you find black and tans, it's 3 and 3, right in a 6-pack. And you got to mix it yourself. This is pre-mixed.
So the Yuengling Lager is really good. Their porter now, I believe, is the Hershey's Porter. At least what we have here in Texas.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got just a normal porter, but we ain't.
I don't believe their normal porter is here, but I think this is just their normal porter, not their Hershey's Porter mixed with their Yuengling Lager. I
would say in the last year or so, this is probably the beer I've had the most to drink.
Yeah.
It's a good one. We keep buying 6-packs of it.
Yeah. It's got a very Coke-ish Pepsi type color.
Hmm.
Not much to the smell coming off to me right now.
Yeah, I still get it. I still get the metallic thing with like some like dark bread.
Okay. First off, I have the bitter porter. And I don't mean bitter in a bad way, but the bitter, well, we didn't read the question.
Yeah, go on.
So what's the first thing you usually do when you wake up in the morning is our question. But the beer. A bitter porter type flavor in the beginning, but then that lager finish.
Yep.
And it's like I said, it's not a bad bitter, but it's a smooth, really smooth beer.
Yeah. Smooth, ridiculously easy to drink. The thing I've noticed over time is this is for beer drinkers. This is not something, if you like the fruity things or shit, I don't know. I mean,
Smirnoffs, malt beverage, this ain't going to be for you.
I could even see like Keystone people getting down on it though because they like beer, right?
Yeah, okay.
They ain't here for, fruit.
Right.
They're here to taste beer. This is a fucking beer. This is beer. It's a beer on beer, actually. And it's hard to explain until you've had it. I think Toby did about the best job you can. Because it's got that coppery, dark porter thing going on. But it's still a little over medium in the body. So it's not hard to drink at all. It's so easy to drink. And I feel like a shill because I still am where I initially started. I think this is a 10. It's high-ass praise.
I've been sitting between 9 and 10 and haven't been quite sure where to go. And it's hard not to go 10.
It's hard because
it's almost like a glass of... Back to the tea. It's almost like a glass of tea that you might have put just one too many tea bags in.
Yeah.
One or two too many tea bags in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It
worked.
Yeah.
It's not over sugared. It's none of that.
Right.
It sounds kind of crazy to say 10 because we drink so much weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't like punch like, hey, I'm here and I'm weird, you know?
Yeah.
It's not wearing a curly red wig on in front of the camera or anything like that. But
I've
my God.
had some Mississippi muds and stuff like that, and some of the bitterness off the top is just way too much. And this is nowhere near way too much. I agree with the 10. I'm going to stick there with you. I agree to the 10. So what's the first thing you usually do when you wake up in the morning? Drink a Black and Tan?
It's like a dark Bock. I would drink a Black and Tan if I could get away with it. Nah, man, first thing I do when I wake up in the morning besides shut my alarm off is I put some pants on.
Okay.
Because I don't like sleeping with clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. And then I piss.
Okay.
Usually that's why I'm waking up. Unless it's my alarm. Even when it's my alarm, I still gotta piss.
I don't even put pants on. I'm already in my boxers anyway. I only sleep in boxers, so I go straight to take a leak. That's the first thing I do when I wake up.
Probably makes more sense now that I'm thinking about it. There's less chance of you pissing all over something. I mean, you already got them on, but I would be, bold and beautiful going to my pisser.
That is the best Black and Tan. If you know of another Black and Tan that you think is the best, feel free to leave it in the comments because I'm curious.
I think we'd like to do a whole episode where you mix some darks and some lights to get that Black and Tan. Just see if anything hits like that.
Yeah.
I've had, because you brought them back time and time again, and now we got them in Texas. I've had so much of that. It hits the same every time.
Most consistent beer.
And now that we have a perfect rating, I'm going to try to keep my opinions like Bock and Bock. Right? I know this is a Bock, okay, but I want to compare this to this.
Okay.
So this is Karbach Jukebock, Texas style Bock. That's a lot of Bock in the name. It's 4.5% ABV, 15 IBUs. That means it should not be too bitter.
Yeah.
I'll give you a question. It's a lighter.
Is it though?
I really like this can, by the way. I think they did a good job making it look like a jukebox.
They did. Nice coloring in the arches.
I got that shit on my nose.
So if the purge was real, what sort of crime would you commit?
Yeah, man. They're going full hog on.
You really think that's a lighter color?
I did. Maybe it's because we've been drinking. Why does yours look darker? That shit look lighter.
Community, Karbach.
All right, I'm gonna get my ass confused, but let's do it.
We're comparing the two boxes anyway.
Yeah, we're not just drinking a drink. This is science.
The darker is actually the Karbach.
You're right. When you write, you write, and you write. And that's just like Karbach, Bock, style Bock, Jukebock.
The lacing on the glass is actually a lot similar, but the carbonation seems to be heavier in the community.
This one smells like some pissed on panties. This is straight JJ juice and a little bit of PP. I almost wanted to say when I first smelled the shit, that this was Like somebody been peeing all night in the toilet and they ain't flushed. You know what I'm saying? That sort of... Nah. It took me a minute. It was like... It's pleasant, though. Hold up. That's panties. All right.
I feel like it's very malty smelling. You compare it to
could you call it yeasty?
Malts.
Would you?
I'm gonna try.
Man, I just want to smell this all night.
Oh man, good caramel notes coming down as you drink that. Like, man. It's not as hoppy as the Mardi Gras. I know we're only comparing it to the community.
You compare it to whatever you want to. I was just talking for myself.
That's really smooth.
I will say, on the back end, it starts to get a little too American for me. Still really like it. It actually make me want to like take some panties. Water them down and then wring it out and see what it tastes like. Does it taste just like it smells?
This is really good. Okay, so I know what that tastes like.
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna try the community.
I'm gonna do that too. For science.
You know, as these beers have warmed up, the community's flavor has come out more than when we first had it cold.
It's a beautiful, like, almost European American thing going on. I definitely prefer the aftertaste on this, but you're right about the caramel going down notes on this right here.
I like the Karbach better. I like the Karbach better. I don't know what it is. There's more flavor to it.
I told you what it is.
There's more malty goodness to it. I like it better. I think I'll go with 7 on this.
I will give it a 7 as well. But I still like the community better. I would prefer to smell this one. I would prefer to drink this one. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
I still say Karbach.
No.
Do you remember what you rated community?
I think I gave it 8.
8? Okay. So you're not too far off.
No.
Okay. I don't remember what I rated community. I think a 6.
Oh, good.
But
so if the purge was real, what sort of crime would you commit?
Man, I've never seen the Purge movies, but isn't the Purge about like killing people? Or
a lot of it.
Can you do whatever crime you want? You're just not punished.
You can do what you do, whatever you want to do, but they ain't following around just anybody. Most of what they follow is killers, you know.
Okay.
24 hours or maybe it's just overnight. Something. Anything is legal.
Okay. I think I would want to try to find a way to delete all my debt along with transfer a bunch of money into my account until I'm rich. I don't want to do anything.
I wasn't smelling that.
I don't want to do anything violent, but I would like to, you know, own my house and not have to worry about payments anymore. And something like that. Something like that. Not have to worry about money anymore.
Okay.
Don't have to work anymore. Don't have to. Nothing like that. Be able to travel around comfortably. That's my answer. What you got, Andy? Orphan Andy. Sorry.
You better watch yourself now. It's a hard question.
It is. It's very difficult because most people hear the purge and they think about the violence.
Yeah. I'm kind of going to agree in the same vein, but I'm going to take it a little bit further because my initial thought had to do with politicians.
Okay.
And it wasn't pretty. But I thought a little clear about it. It'd be like some Robin Hood shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I want to rock Wall Street's world somehow.
Okay.
I want to hack the shit out of it.
Delete everything they've ever,
I don't want billionaires to exist. Period.
Okay.
And I ain't talking about getting them killed because they trying to see the Titanic.
Right.
I'm talking like you're going to live your life and you're going to be very comfortable. But you ain't going to squeeze us like this anymore. All right. I may not be living quite as good as Toby is over here with his no debt, no worrying about nothing ass. But at least everybody else on the planet going to be a little better off too. And that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm not saying I want to make myself a billionaire. I want to leave something out there for people, but I want to be comfortable myself as well. Yeah.
Life is a big smack. You realize, like, this ain't what you thought, like, 15, 20 years of work, you'd be at least like, shit, I can take 2 weeks this year and go kick it, do whatever I want to do.
Nope.
Shit ain't like that.
Mm-mm.
That was the last generation.
Yeah.
And the generation before them had it better. Like, how do you not realize? You know what?
What's that?
I don't know if I want to smell this beer or drink this beer.
Why don't you drink them both?
Can I smell one while drinking the other?
Nah, it's up to you.
That's weird. You need me to do it? I thought you had this.
Well,
Little Orphan Andy says goodbye.
Let me restart that.
A bud.
Help us.
Man, this is just like 2 sentences worth of words. I know you can do this. You graduated, right? Like you got. All right, I'm gonna leave it.
I did not graduate.
All right.
Help us keep the conversation going by sharing our video, and we'll see you next time for another round at the Banter Bar. Peace, beer snobs.
I'll just leave you a little sip in case you want to go back.
I appreciate the sip. I think I could drink quite a bit of this.
I just want to see how it feels in my mouth.
I guess we'll see you next time.
On the Banter Bar.
The panty smell done gone away. I think maybe I'm drunk.
I think you are too.
Troy Aikman over here looking like a snack, but look at all the rest of this like feast.